What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Famac again, coming at another story time. Alright, so today's story time is going to involve police and high-speed chases. Oh shit, there's a nice ass RX-7. Hang on. Shit, I gotta catch up to him. Hang on now. There he is. Ah! There he is. I've never seen something so sexy before in my life. Ah! It's an FD. Alright, that's over. So, today's story is like whenever I was like 16, 17. Guess I'll just dive on into it. Me and my friend, we were sitting there and decided, hey, we're super bored. We didn't know really what to do that day. So we said, hey, let's just, let's hop in the truck and see where it takes us. So we hopped in the truck and we decided to, hey, let's just take down dirt road, see what happens. So we're sitting there going down a dirt road, and one of us gets the bright idea is, hey, let's try to slide the rear end around. This is before we knew what drifting really was, before we even called it drifting. So we're sitting there sliding around, and we get more bored, because it's like, yeah, it's fun so much of the time. So one of us gets the bright idea, hey, let's go back to the house and get the quads and dirt bikes. So it's like, hey, okay, let's do it. So then we go back to his house and we try to start up his dirt bikes, and only one of them fires up. So he's like, all right, I call dibs, it's mine, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll just go to my house, get my quad. So I went to my house, got my quad, and then before you know it, two more friends decided to tag along with us with their own quads and dirt bikes. So here we are, maybe 5 deep. We're sitting here going through the local rock quarry, and we set up a little motocross track, some jumps, just to have a little fun, test our endurance and all that. So we're sitting there, we're probably riding around, goofing off for like a good, 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. It's starting to get dark now. Well, one of the friends decides to go home because riding his quad is not, fun enough. He decides to go get the project truck him and his dad's working on. So he proceeds to go, get the truck, and we're young and dumb. So he decides to start sliding around, passing us pretty questionably close, just having a fun time according to him, but pretty much putting everybody's life in danger. So I decided to, drive away from that. So I went up on top of the mountain, on top of the rock quarry, where you could see everything below it. While I'm up there, I happened to see him catch a lip of a berm, and he's up on 2 wheels, and before you know it, he tumbles over, and he actually jumps out as it's flipping over on its side. He jumps out, barely misses being crushed, looks and goes, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Too bad nobody had it on film. His first reaction was not that, oh my god, I almost just, killed myself, or I almost killed one of you guys because I decided to have fun or whatever, be ignorant. So he says, oh my god, nobody got this on film. I'm sitting there contemplating leaving these people there and, getting new friends at this point, because if the first thing after you pretty much get thrown out of a rollover crash is you say, oh man, nobody had that on film, you're kind of not mature enough to be driving, or let alone, be in an operation of heavy machinery. And the blatant disregard just pretty much put me way beyond my comfort level. So I decided to drive up on top of the mountain, and one of our other friends, he was riding with him, so he wasn't in the truck at the time when it happened, but now he's SOL because he doesn't have a way to get back to his vehicle, because now his ride, or not his ride, but his ride to his ride is totaled. So, what's the first thing that kids do whenever, they're in a bind? They go to their parents. So he calls his dad. His dad, his dad comes. He's in a lifted, F 450, 550 long wheelbase. Thinking it's a badass truck. It is a badass truck, but it's just too big of a truck. But so he's pissed off. He's trying to figure out a way to get inside the rut quarry. So all you see him is driving really fast up and down the road, to finally he sees a spot. Literally throws the truck in reverse while he's still going probably about 30 miles an hour. Does like a reverse burnout and stops, pretty much skids the front tires, and then proceeds to go over the berm that he thinks he can make it. Well, catch-22 on a long and tall truck is whenever you go to off-road it, you get a high center. So guess what he did? Exactly, he high centered it. So now he's sitting there, all you hear is a diesel sitting there redlining, turbos at max, sitting there trying to get the truck off of the berm, going back and forth. So finally, he gets so pissed off, he decides to call his wife. His wife has a Jeep Safari, pretty good looking vehicle. Pretty good for 4x4 and a cruising and all that. And so he's sitting there ranting and raving, calling them all the names under the sun, saying that, oh, well, you're no son of mine if you can't drive, blah, 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 just making it worse. So the light end of it is the mom comes, pulls him out, gets him stuck, gets him unstuck, and then proceeds to pull the truck home with the concave roof. As punishment, they make him, steer it. So they're sitting there driving home. From the top of the mountain, you could see pretty much where everybody lives. You just follow on the road and all that. So we're sitting out there. There's probably a good 5 of us. Actually, probably about 4 of us up on top of the hill, and we're sitting there just dying because, I don't know if you ever lived in a valley or a holler, but you could literally yell, and at the very top of the hill or the holler, you can hear it perfectly clear. Like if the person's talking to you, like obviously it takes a second to get to you, but I mean you can hear it crystal clear. And that was this case. So we were hearing him, we're sitting there dying. I'm sure he was hearing us dying, laughing up there, and he didn't like that too much. So whenever he gets home, there's already 2 Maricopa counties parked at his house. So he tells them, yeah, there's some kids up there, trespassing. He doesn't know that we have permission from a landowner to be up there. But he's over there, just hooting and hollering, raving and all that, just because this kid, destroyed his father-son project. And, I just had no regard, or no, how would you say, he didn't really care. He didn't have no compassion. So his dad, obviously his dad probably doesn't have zero empathy or compassion at all. So his dad calls the cops on us. He points at the top of the hill. We can't really see pointing, but we know that he's pointing. So then the cops, they proceed to shine their floodlights, somewhat of the area that we're in, to for them to show us, okay, probably we need to go down there and see them. They start waving it back and forth, almost like, hey, come down here. So we're sitting there, we're yelling down. We're like, yeah, no, fuck that. So we decided to hang up there. We said, if it's really important enough, he'll come up here to find us. Stupid. So stupid to say. Don't ever think like that. But yeah, so the guy tries to bring his Crown Victoria up one of the trails, ends up getting stuck about a third of the way up, not even from the entrance. He's stuck. So then he's sitting there, he's stuck, can't get out. So we're sitting there laughing even harder. And then here comes his buddy, trying to pull him out in the Tahoe. Guess what happened to the Tahoe? Yep, get stuck. So then, you know, we decided, okay, well, he can't really see us, you know. Let's start head down to the other side of the mountain, you know, where they definitely can't see us. So we're getting to the other side, and just as we're peeking over the top of the peak of the hill to come back down on the other part of the trail, we get met by a helicopter. So guess what? We had a helicopter on us, and now, you know, we didn't know what to do, so we just proceeded to continue trail riding, you know. So we all decided, hey, well, we're gonna go to Whoopty Whoop's house, just because his parents are not home, and you know, they're not gonna give two shits if the cops come, because they know that, you know, Whoopty Whoop is the best person ever, blah blah blah, and he'll never hurt a fly, which is a fucking bullshit. But anyways, that's another story for another day. We go there, we see the helicopter circling. We all get nervous, so then we all go our separate ways, and lo and behold, helicopter decides to follow me. So now I'm getting followed by a helicopter, not really knowing what to do. So I decided to just go as far as I can up the mountain, because he can't land. His buddies already tried to get up there and they can't. So, you know, it's a win-win for me, so as I thought. So, you know, 1 hour, 2 hours goes by, and the helicopter's sitting there circling.